Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Total Window Service, and in today's video we are talking about anti-graffiti window film installation for the storefront. I am right now in Soho. This is West Broadway and Prince Street, and our storefront today has multiple tasks that we have to do. So the first thing first, it's gonna be removal of the banners. Technically they have an advertising installed on the windows, and we're gonna have to remove all the advertising just because the storefront is preparing for the opening, and this was like a temporary thing installed on the glass. So we are removing these banners, and after that we are gonna be installing anti-graffiti, clear anti-graffiti window film. So the guys are started, and let's see how it's gonna go. So the other thing that I want to mention is this probably gonna be a graffiti behind the banners at some windows. We're not sure yet which ones are there and how many acid graffitis is gonna be on the glass, but that's why we're here. Alright, so right now I am inside of the store, and as you can see, there's a construction here. Everything is still in the process of renovation, and here is how it looks from inside. One of my guys removing the banners from the exterior, and apparently this panel has anti-graffiti window film installed on the exterior, and on top of that they placed a banner. So right now we're gonna have to remove anti-graffiti window film with this advertising cling. It's not an easy job, you know. There's a lot of glue that to the glass, and right now we can see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but this panel has a lot of scratch damage. Apparently it was before the cling was installed on the glass, and this is primary purpose of the anti-graffiti window film. It's gonna protect from potential scratches from graffiti, spray graffiti, acid graffiti, and sometimes the vandals, they use nails or different objects to damage the glass. And anti-graffiti window film in most cases will protect your storefront glass from severe damage, and it's a lot less expensive to reinstall the film versus replacing entire glass panel. The key thing with anti-graffiti window film installation is the preparation for installation, right? So the guys right now, they remove the banners, and they have to make sure that there's no any kind of glue or debris on the glass. So we see here Roman, he's scraping all the glass, and we have to scrape every inch of this glass. The better we're gonna scrape it, the better the result will be. Alright, so guys almost remove all the cling, the advertising from this large piece of glass, and we already see some acid graffiti on it, and this is gonna be an additional work for us to remove this. So look, all this, it's an acid graffiti, and as far as I'm estimating this, it's about 6 by 8 feet the area of damage. So it's technically it's gonna be all day of work for two guys just on this one panel to make it look good. I don't know, we can try to install anti-graffiti window film on top of it, and in some cases it covers it, but not always that's the case. So we had a discussion with the owners about acid graffitis, and they had an agreement just to remove any type of damage from the glass before anti-graffiti window film will be installed. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so right now guys are preparing to install first panel on this project, and it's a little bit windy right now. So wind, it's the biggest problem right now in here, just because it's with wind all the dust flies up, and it's very big chances to get some kind of contaminations between the film and the glass, which potentially gonna be visible. So we wanna avoid it, and that's why Slavik is going to be using reverse roll method to install the film. So they're going to be unrolling little by little and cleaning the glass along when they, installing the film. And that's going to be the best way to install it without getting any type of contaminations. Okay, so things happen, and you see this panel over here, it didn't go well with installation. The frame of the window is not in a perfect square, and so right now he cut it perfectly, but on one of the sides we have a space, so we're gonna have to remove this piece of film and reinstall with a different one. Remove it. This is how $20 gets burned and go to the trash. One of the storefronts behind me, this calls the Feather Tea brand, and I remember this storefront. I was like surprised because we are doing our work on 435 West Broadway. It's a corner of Prince Street and West Broadway, and the Feather Tea brand is 133 Prince Street. And this storefront, we did the anti-graffiti window film. I think it was 6, maybe 8 years ago, more than 5 years for sure. And the storefront looks good. The anti-graffiti window film looks also good. Nothing wrong with it. There's a couple scratches on it, which is normal. People walking around, it's very low. It's very low on the street, and anybody rub their back, leaning on the glass and touching fingers, and I can see some scratches on it. But overall, the film looks very good. The storefront looks clear, and I am very happy because anti-graffiti window film from SolarGuard has 3 years warranty, and it's been probably, as I say, more than 5 years, and the film is still look good. All right, so there's also two main reasons, I would say, why you want to have an anti-graffiti window film on your glass. First and foremost, to protect glass from graffitis and scratches. And the second reason, anti-graffiti window film, it also works as a filter for UV. It protects, I'm not sure if it's 99, but I'm pretty sure it's about 89% of UV rejection for this film. Very good alternative for UV protection, right? So you installing the clear window film on the glass, it's not gonna change appearance of your storefront, but you will add additional protection to belongings that inside your storefront. In this part of the video, I would like to talk to you about how to protect yourself from graffiti on your storefront. So I already told you about basic protection like anti-graffiti window film installation, but it's not the only thing that can protect you from your storefront get vandalized. In many cases, as from my personal experience, I noticed any storefront that is currently under construction and has a brown paper, It's like number one thing that all the vandals are looking for, and this is where the most of the damage happening, right? If you have a nice storefront like this one, for example, it's already open, the merchandise is outside and it's nice and clean, and people probably cleaning this storefront every week, most likely nothing's gonna happen. Or if it's gonna happen, it's very rare case. All the storefronts with the brown paper, like look at this behind me. I just walked probably like couple blocks away from the job that we are doing right now, and I already found a storefront that we potentially can do the job for these people. Look, one graffiti is over there. Let me walk a little bit closer. Look what's happening here. 2 graffitis, 3 graffitis. Like, look how big is this panel. Imagine how much they're gonna pay to replace this panel right now. But good for them that the services like Total Window Service that can remove acid graffiti from the glass. So this is probably the second reason that I want to emphasize, that brown paper attracts vandals. So now, once the banner removed from the glass, we can see the real area of the damage from acid graffiti. So technically, just I'm gonna go a little bit further and look at how big is this glass piece. So the process of graffiti removal is next. We have a special grinding system that has multiple grinding discs from the bigger to the finest grade, and we are gonna be buffing it first with it's like a sandpaper. We're gonna grind it first time with the black disc, then we're gonna switch to the gray discs, and eventually we have a special powder mixed with water designed for polishing the glass. And so it's gonna be a 3-stage process of removing graffiti. It's gonna take a while. Probably these graffiti guys will spend around I don't know, it could take from 3 hours to up to 6 hours, depending from the glass. Often some glass is easier to buff off, some glass is harder. So we'll see how it's gonna go. Let's watch the process. Alright, so guys are moving forward our glass restoration process, acid graffiti removal. It's been probably 2 hours since they are polishing it. So far we have one area that is done, and this small square, it's finished. We just did a small area. They kind of identify which areas they're gonna work first, and that was the #1 piece. And right now they're gonna do all the other areas. This is huge panel and a lot of buffing here. And let me show you next. These panels already with anti-graffiti window film. So that's it, they are protected, looking good, looking nice. We remove all the banners, all the dirt, and this is how it looks. Okay, so I'm back to this project, and let's inspect what exactly we have here. So we have this large panel installed with anti-graffiti window film. So far it looks great. I would say it's even dry and very nice. You see there's no graffiti on it. Looks pretty good. That's one of our guys. We came back to install safety window film, but that's gonna be a part 2 of this video. And right now I'm just reviewing the storefront from exterior. You see the owners, it's gonna be a jewelry store, and they already placed the banners on top of the anti-graffiti window film. Well, that's their option. They wanted to do like that. Now we have nice clean window, beautiful window. The doors with anti-graffiti window film. Another window with anti-graffiti window film. And yeah, this is a result of our work. And today our next step, or installing safety window film for these windows. So the idea was to protect the storefront initially from graffiti damage, and after that install safety window film from inside. So right now the stage of construction in this store is technically moving forward to the ending, and we have a more or less clean environment in here, and guys already started to clean all the windows. We need to scrub them really good, make sure the edges are nice and clean. And you see behind me there's a film handler that we're using to pre-cut the film. The process of pre-cutting the film is usually simple, I would say, but you can see how thick is the roll. We're using a 6-inch rollers for this film. It's coming in a very big roll film. And we're gonna be using 10mm window film, which is pretty thick and a little bit hard to work with. And we need to pre-cut the film to the size of the glass before the installation. So let's see how it's happening, because guys are trying to pre-cut first piece of the glass, and it's not that easy just because the glass is irregular shape. So you see it's rounded. Of course we could do some kind of a template. Maybe that would be easier. We'll see, maybe after they're gonna pre-cut the first piece of glass and try that template on the other windows. But as we discovered first time, it was not that easy, just because the frames are not the same on every window, and this could be a half-inch difference one from another. So we're probably gonna need to struggle a little bit with this and pre-cut to every single glass and make a template. Okay, so we finally have our first template, and guys gonna, based on this template, they're gonna pre-cut the second one. The second window is a little bit bigger, but we still can use the rounded shape of the first template, just because it's pretty much the same. It just has to be, I don't know, longer. So we're gonna use it. Edit first template. As I said, I have a tradition. When I come to the job site, I have to do a little bit, at least something. But in this case, I'm gonna show you how they actually do it. We don't do often like this. It's an irregular shape, especially for safety window film. It's not that common and much of experience in pre-cutting things like this. That's why it's probably going slower than it should be. When we do it with the solar film, it's a lot thinner film, and you can pre-cut it on the window, and it's easy, there's no problem. But with safety window film, it doesn't work like that. It's a little bit more time, I would say, to measure it, to cut it. Okay, we have one more piece of film. Very, very, very good. Slavik and Michael preparing and pre-cutting the film. The other guys, they are preparing the glass. So before we install the film, we have to make sure that the glass is perfectly clean. This way we spraying it with our solution with water and scraping entire surface of the glass, and we are close eye on the scratches. Make sure that scraper does not scratch the glass. That's a very important and critical part in this type of work, right? We have to make sure that the surface will not be damaged. And edges are the most critical part of window cleaning preparation for window film installation, because a lot of dirt hides in the edges specifically, and we have to make sure we scrape them really good. And we also using pressurized tanks for spraying the water solution, and we're trying to wash out any chips of wood that stuck on the edges between the frame and the glass. Wood frames, usually it's probably the hardest thing to do, just because a lot of dirt hides in that seams between the glass and the frame, and you know, the wood chipping off, and often it flies under the film, which makes our work less enjoyable and more difficult, just because when some dirt stick between the film and the glass, it's visible, and you know, with safety window film, it's not really a good thing. So cleaning preparation is the key in the process of safety window film installation. Okay, so guys are preparing to install our first panel. We pre-cut, and we made some other templates. So this one is good to go. It was the first template and pre-cut film on this project. You see Michael is using his teeth to separate liner and liner from the film. I mean, this is normally what we do. I know sometimes it's dirty, and probably a lot of you will say that it's not a good thing to do, but I mean, we don't use any chemicals in the water solution, by the way. It's pure, in most cases, it's a baby shampoo. You know what the guys usually say, that the hair after all the window film jobs, very soft, just because of that Johnson's baby shampoo. And this is the other like insight of what exactly goes into the window film slip solution. A lot of slip solutions on the market, of course, that you can use. Some of the guys were probably for the cars it's more important, because you need to really pay attention to every little details over there. On the storefronts like this, especially with the clear film, it's a little bit more forgivable. Baby shampoo and water, it's like a perfect solution for window film installation. Now we have a really interesting situation happening. So the guys, they peel off the liner from the panel that I was just talking about, and it turns out that that panel is not from that window. So I think it's their mistake. They're not paying attention to what exactly is going on here, and okay, they gotta be more careful handling that. The second try, it doesn't work. So it's a wrong panel again. Oh my god. Well, this is a disaster work, and that's how it is happening. I feel, look, 3 of them. It's kind of like a union work. 7 people working, 1 is watching. Oh my god. Okay, so guys are carefully installing film on this difficult rounded window. Every single one of them is a little bit different, and we cannot use our template to pre-cut all at once. So we have to remeasure for specific panel separately, which makes it going really slow. And the critical part in safety window film installation is to squeeze as much water as we can, especially right now when it's fall outside and the temperature dropped. That's why you see Michael is putting a lot of pressure. It's not always necessary to do the pressure as to do it very precise and moving the squeegee from top to bottom to make sure that all the water is squeezed out from the film. And if you are watching this video and you did not subscribe to this channel yet, I think it's a little bit unfair, so please make it fair, like and subscribe. Why do you need to install safety window film? Well, the first and the most important thing is safety window film will increase strength of your glass. Technically, if somebody will try to break into your storefront, they will spend more time versus just having it unprotected, right? So after installation of the safety window film, the idea is that it's gonna give a little bit more time for you for reaction and probably for police to arrive, and in many cases the burglars, when they see the safety window film over there, they just don't waste their time and they run away, because this is protection from smash and grab, specifically for this storefront, and that's why window security and safety window film is a very good option. Alright, so let's get into a technical part of the window film installation. So after we installing the film, obviously we're pre-cutting, we're putting it on the glass. After 24 hours, we have to come back and we need to do so-called attachment system. So attachment system consists from the special silicone adhesive that we use. Normally it could be Doe Corning 995. This is a structural adhesive that once it's dry, it bonds to the film and to the window frame, and it's making seamless transition between the glass and the frame, which means once the glass will be broken, that the purpose of attachment system is to hold that glass in place, so it's just not gonna collapse as one piece. I'm sure you've seen how car windows or any type of laminated glass has been broken, and this is similar situation. Once it's broken, it's gonna be holding in one piece. So if you don't have attachment system, there's a big chance that under the weight of the glass, it's just gonna collapse, and whoever is trying to break into your space just gonna walk in. So attachment system is the critical part of safety window film system. It's not just the film, it's also other components that makes this an effective way to protect the space from break-ins. The other important thing that we always need to consider, safety window film, of course, it's a good option, but not always, in not all the cases, it's gonna work the same. For example, here in this storefront we have wooden frames and they are painted, and the strength of the film, safety window film system, will also depend from how good this paint can withstand and will bond with the caulking. Because the caulking by itself, that adhesive that we're using, it can be strong, it can bond good to the paint, but the actual paint may not stick to this wood as good as we need it to, right? So it all depends from how much force whoever is trying to break in will apply to this, because wood frames, usually it's the weakest part in all this situation, right? Wood, it's easier to break versus, I would say, if we had metal doors, metal frames, it's a lot more effective and reliable. But it is what it is. These storefront owners, they cannot change everything for the metal, so we going with the next best thing that we can do. All right, so it is what it is. Unfortunately, we have to apply this caulking around the frames and the wood frames, and I don't know, hope for the best. But in my opinion, it should be pretty strong, right? It's definitely gonna be stronger than it is right now, and less vulnerable to any kind of break-ins. Okay, so technical part number 2, and this one is for clients. Because a lot of clients, they think after window film installation, the window has to look perfect, no bubbles, no nothing, no distortion of the glass or things like that. I don't want to disappoint you, but it is what it is. As per manufacturer, as per SolarGuard, right? We're using SolarGuard 8 and 10 mil clear window film, and the drying period may vary from 30 to 60 days, sometimes even longer, depends from the weather conditions and from the environment. If right now we're getting into a fall, the temperature drops here in New York, and it may take longer, sometimes even up to 6 months, while the film is completely cured. All the glue will dry out, the film will bond to the glass, so please keep in mind and consider that. And the other aspect, don't think that after installation of window film, right next day your window film system is working and it's effective. No, you need to give it a little bit more time for everything to dry, at least 48 to 72 hours, sometimes longer. As I say, it all depends from the weather. You have to consider the window film will dry on the glass, all the glue will dry, right? And the other part is the attachment system. If we are using structural adhesive, and it's a very thick bed of caulking on the side, and it sometimes 24 hours, it's just not enough for everything inside to completely dry and bond to the frame and to the glass. So it may take longer. So this is the other consideration. If you have an emergency for next day for the doors to be safe, of course we can come and install the film, but it's just not effective as yet until it's gonna completely dry. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the safety window film installation, and I'm gonna give you a couple advices of how to install it, and for people who are curious of why to install it, you will also find an answer in this video. So let's start first from how to install it. So the key thing is choosing the right film. We have different thicknesses of the film, starting from 4 mil going up to 14 mil and even greater than that, depending of what's your purpose, what's the purpose of the client who requested the window film. You are advising the type of the film. So I would say for the shatter resistant or maybe hurricane protection, 4 mil window film would be probably a good and cost-effective option. For something more like a break-in situation or bomb blasting, obviously you need to go as thick as possible, starting a minimum of 8 mil going up to 14 mil. Obviously the price matters. The thicker the film, the more it's gonna cost, and you have to consider the client's budget and give an option for the different scenarios. But obviously the thicker the film, the better it's gonna protect from the scenario that we are talking about, like break-ins or even the bomb blast. So in this case, I'm standing right now at the storefront where we did 8mm window film. It's a jewelry store. We give a couple different options and the client decided to go with 8mm window film, and that's technically what we did. So the first aspect when you're installing the actual window film is going to be the technical part of installation. Many window film installers who doesn't work much with the safety window film, treating this kind of film as any other normal solar window film. But it's not the case with safety window film. It's a very thick material, and for windows like this, it has to be pre-cut before the installation. Which means every time, every single pane that you have, you must simply pre-cut it to the size and then install it when you are sizing of the window film and the glass is perfect, right? So the other thing is after installation, there's also a specific way of installing safety window film. You have to use power squeegees, which are a lot harder than normal window film, solar window film installation squeegee. And you must take your time when you're squeezing out the water, and this is how you make sure that you will squeeze as much water as possible, because leaving out water in this case may be critical. It's just because it's not drying as fast, and often if you're gonna leave a pretty big bubble, it may not dry at all and leave the mark. So try to take your time, squeegee it from top to the bottom, not left to right, but from top to the bottom, and overlap at least ½ inch of your squeegee with medium to high pressure on the glass. It all depends from the thickness of the film, and when you start doing it more and more, you will feel how much pressure you need to put. So the other aspect of the film is attachment system. Normally, as the manufacturer recommends, at least 24 hours after installation. So these 24 hours will give a time for the film to bond to the glass, kind of dry a little bit, and this way you can install your attachment system. Attachment system, it's like if we do wet glazing attachment, simply saying it's a caulking, special caulking, structural adhesive. It could be either Dow Corning 995 or SCS 2000 from GE. This is probably two most recommended types of caulking that we are using, and probably the most popular in the industry. The next aspect of attachment system is the thickness of the attachment system. The bigger the window, the bigger the bed of caulking I would say you need to install, and that would be my best advice. And for smaller windows, perhaps it's okay to go a little bit thinner, but you know, it's in this case the more the better. The purpose of attachment system, in case somebody breaks the glass, the purpose of it to hold the window in place, so it's not gonna collapse as one big piece. Let's say if we would install a safety window film on the tempered glass, and somebody breaks the glass, you know, the tempered glass breaks in small cubes, and it may just collapse in one piece if you don't have an attachment system. It all depends, of course. It may or may not. It's very hard to say, because every scenario of windows and window framing attachment is different, right? So, but if you will have attachment system, obviously it's not gonna collapse. It's gonna stay in place, and whoever is trying to break into space will need to spend time breaking through the glass. So you will have time for reaction, and police has time for reaction. 30 seconds to 1 minute may actually save the life, save your belongings inside the store. And many times I've seen videos where whoever is trying to break in, they just give up because they cannot break through the glass with the film. Alright guys, this was Andrew from Total Window Service, and here is the final result. The window behind me, completely done, and this is how it looks from outside. So we have 10mm window film on this window, and we have attachment system on the sides, and a nice and clear window. You won't tell that there was any type of work done to this window. It just looks nice and clear, ready for the customers to look through it for all the merchandise that's gonna be in this store. All right, thank you, like and subscribe to my video, and I'll see you in the next one.